welcome to MagicDoor Tutorials. Today we're going to be doing a quick overview of everything accounting. So log into your MagicDoor account and then in this left side navigation, go ahead and click Accounting. Here you can see all the different sections of accounting like bank accounts, bills, chart of accounts, etc. So let's start at the top and work our way down. First we have our bank accounts. This will be one of the first things you do when you get your MagicDoor account is add a bank account. To do that you can simply click Add a bank account and go through the process. Here's where you can also view all of your bank accounts and if they are already linked to Plaid and Stripe, which are the vendors that we use for ACH and credit card, debit card payments. You can have unlimited bank accounts, so if you have a lot of bank accounts, you can also search for a bank account up here in the search bar, and you can even filter the bank accounts based on if the Plaid or Stripe account is linked. Next, we have our bills. This is one spot where you can access all of your bills. Here you can click on any specific bill to see the vendor, the leases, the units, the bill date, the bill details. You can upload a bill invoice or a file, you can print it, lots of options here. Going back to our bills section, you can also pay bills and add bills. Simply click on whichever button you want and just go through the process. So for paying a bill, you're gonna select a vendor, the date, the property associated with this. You can add a memo, a reference, and then you can choose where in the chart of accounts this is going to go. So let's say it's a repair for $200. You'll put the description and you can also add an invoice and then just go ahead and submit that bill. You can also pay bills here by simply clicking Pay Bills. You can choose all your properties or some of your properties, all your vendors or some of your vendors, and you can even add a new vendor. Press Next and here you can see your bills that you have selected. You can even change the amount that you want to pay on each bill. Once you have put in all that information, just press Next, and then you'll have your payment types. So for now, you can either print a check or manually pay this bill, whether that's cash or cashier's check or whatever manual payment you're going to be doing. If you select manual, then you can choose which payment method you did off platform, whether you sent an ACH payment or a cashier's check. You can even enter a transaction ID so that you can keep track of all of these bills paid off platform. The other option is to print a check within the platform, and this will automatically generate a transaction ID. You can add a memo to each bill. And then once you've entered in all your information, you can just click Pay Bills. Back in our bills section, you can also filter all of your bills. You can filter by portfolio and by property. Next up, this is our chart of accounts. Here you have your assets, liability, equity, revenue, and expenses. There's a couple different ways to tweak or add to this. Of course, you can always add an account onto whichever section you want. Add the chart of accounts name, the parent chart of account, or an offset chart of account, and then just press Create Account. You can also click on any of these to see or edit the chart of account name, parent chart of account, or offset chart of account. Another option is this 3-dot button to add a child account. So you can really customize this to add whatever you need for your accounting. Next, this is your company revenue. Here you can actually adjust your property management fees within the system. So first, if you click management fee settings, this is actually going to take you to settings as you just saw. And here you can adjust all of this. The chart of account ID, ignore certain chart of accounts, include chart of accounts. You can do percentage or fixed, and then you can adjust that number that goes with it. So if you're doing 10%, you can put that here. Minimum fees, maximum fees, and you can even have management fee overrides for certain properties. Going back to our company revenue, you can even add management fees here and select a date that fees will be calculated until. And then you can even calculate your management fees here by selecting all properties or some properties, and then run end of last month or run now. This is going to do the calculation for you, and then you'll get this. You can make some adjustments if needed, and then you can press submit. Another thing here is you can click on any of these properties and see your management fees, as well as the bill details. You also have your property credits. You can easily add a property credit here, and your payouts. You can calculate the payout or even add a payout. Next, this is our owner funds. Here you can control the owner distributions and owner contributions, as well as view all of the history of contributions and distributions. You can filter this by the owner, portfolio, or property. In the upper right-hand corner, you can transfer funds from a property to a property, select the owner, the amount, and add a memo. You can add distributions, and you can even calculate the distribution for all or some property. Here, you'll just want to make sure that the properties selected do have a 100% assigned ownership. In our owner contributions, you can view all the contributions, you can filter, you can print this, and of course, you can add a contribution. Next is your deposit slips. If you need a deposit slip, simply come to this section, press create deposit slip, select all the transactions you want on this slip, and then just press submit. You can also click on any of these to review or print the deposit slip. And then we have our checks. You can adjust what you want the next check number to be when you're printing checks. You can view all of the vendor checks and all of your owner checks. To reprint a check, go to any of these checks and press the 3 dot button, and then just press reprint check. And that is your accounting overview.